All right, this may end up being a completely different video, and if you recognize where we are from the last video, that's probably why. So, the reason why this is gonna end up being a different video is because there was so much stuff to pack into the other video that it would have been an extremely long single video. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna take y'all with me, and we're gonna talk about some very channel specific things. Now, the reason why I say channel specific is because there's been a lot going on the channel lately. We've been making a lot of content, we've been doing a lot of streams, and I want to talk to you guys specifically about the goals and plans for where we're going with all of that. So the content release schedule, I'm probably going to keep the content fun, tunnels, yay. I'm probably gonna keep the, oh, here we go again. Are my lights on auto? Yeah, not anymore, because they're on now. Why did I have to pick a section of the parkway that's got tunnels everywhere? Now, with that all being said, the content release schedule. So, content release schedule is obviously a very big part of the channel, and it matters a lot in relation to, in relation to how the channel works. And I think we have a pretty good content release schedule going right now, but I want to dial in a little bit more of a specific days per different games and per different aspects of different games. So right now we're doing a variety that is consisting mainly of, obviously, SnowRunner, and we break SnowRunner into mod highlights, mod spotlights, and Let's Play episodes that are then taken or drawn from the streams, as well as a little bit of Off-Road Outlaws here and there. And then, of course, car vlogs that you see here, and information about the cars that, just to keep you guys updated on the builds for the channel, because once all of the restrictions related to the current social environment, let's call it, are lifted, I will be at a bunch of events, and I want to bring the cars out to these events, and I want to show you guys what's been going on with all the cars. And that's why I have several different plans on how to build the cars in certain ways that some of them actually were suggested by you guys. Now, one of the biggest ones is what's going on with, I'm going to touch on two things. What's going on with the BMW, and then second, I'm going to touch on what's going on with the S2000. Now, another tunnel. Don't worry, it'll be over in a minute. So, the BMW is doing pretty well. There are a couple of things that still need to go onto it, but it's good, it's driving, it's whatever. And with that being said, I am going to be probably within the next year or two, if the BMW is still in my little collection, or in my possession, within the next year or two, there is potential there for an engine swap. Now, the reason why I say there's potential for an engine swap is because the S54 is getting to be really high mileage now. It's about 190, almost 191,000 miles. Now, we have several options. One of the options is to pull the S54, build it, refresh it, and throw a turbo kit on it later on down the road. Another option, incoming tunnel again. I would be revving in these tunnels, but I don't have a exhaust on this thing yet, so really you wouldn't hear anything. Now, obviously, a refreshed, rebuilt S54 in the BMW would be a possibility. Another possibility is a engine swap. Now, the only real swaps I'm considering for the BMW, if I ever decide to swap it, are LS and JZ. The reason why is because parts are available out there for both of those. I mean, obviously an LS, if I decide to do a swap, an LS would definitely be cheaper on parts. And if I did do an LS swap, it wouldn't be anything too crazy. It would probably be just a mild cam and like a little bit of minor head work. But anyway, that's for the future if I decide to do that. If it was a JZ, it would probably be a slightly bigger turbo and a couple of just refreshes here and there, but again, it wouldn't be anything too wild and crazy and off the wall, because I would want it to still be a street car, and I would want it to still be reliable. I wouldn't want it to be like super over the top, because like somebody on the stream the other day was asking, well, why not throw the S85 V10 out of the BMW M5 into the M3, the E46? And it's possible, people have done it, but in terms of a street car, I don't know if I want to have to worry about rod bearings and stuff like that, and all the other problems like the throttle actuators that the S85 tends to suffer from. Now, with that being said as well, we're actually going to turn down one of my favorite little side roads here that branches off of the Parkway, and we'll have a little bit of fun on the way down. Nothing too crazy because I got to keep talking to you guys. But with that being said, again, now we're going to be talking about the S2000. Now, the S2000 is actually getting a little bit of a cosmetic refresh. As of recording this video, it's in the body shop right now, getting a little bit of a cosmetic refresh. And when I say cosmetic refresh, just a couple of panels that... Oh, hello, Focus RS. Stay on your side of the double yellow, please. It's getting a bit of a cosmetic refresh right now on a couple of panels that just looked old and a little bit tired. This car is so much fun. You just gotta be careful. In the wet, because understeer is scary. Understeer is never fun. And like, that's why I always end up scratching my head when people tell me like I'd rather understeer than oversteer, and I'm like, would you though? Oh, there's a stick in the road. That's one time when I will be okay with crossing the mustard slightly, is if there's like a giant freaking tree in the middle of the road, because I was like, oh, that's there. But anyways, we should probably get back to talking about the topics from earlier on. Now, the S2000 getting a bit of a cosmetic refresh right now in prep for a wrap. And the reason why we're prepping it for a wrap is because I have a very interesting livery idea that I think you guys are definitely going to be interested to see it. I also have a livery idea for the BRZ that I'm not revealing yet because I want it to be a little bit of a secret until, oh, big dip. I want it to be a little bit of a secret until it gets revealed, but just know that I have taken, let's say, heavy influence from my little Corolla hauling it up the hill. Oh my God. But yeah, I have taken heavy influence from my streams, and you guys can figure out what that means on your own, but I've taken heavy influence from the streams in terms of the livery and color scheme that I'm going to be doing here on the TS, because I had a feeling that the TS should get something special. Not too over the top, but definitely something special, because it's a special car to me. It really needs that. And not only is it a special car to me, but this particular BRZ TS is number 002 out of 500 made in 2018 for the US, which is really cool. And that's one of the other reasons why I want to really focus on making sure that this car gets everything that it needs to be at the top of its game, so to speak. That's why we're doing little things first, like the oil cooler, the oil pan baffle insert, probably the fuel tank baffle insert as well, to prevent fuel starvation on track. I say that, and then I say it's a daily, and then I say I need a fuel tank baffle for fuel starvation on track. But anyway, and other lies I tell myself. But regardless, that's why the build may take a little bit longer, but trust me, it will be worth it. Now, in the S2000, the built stroker motor is in it, and it does run. It's tuned, it runs, and it made decent power. Now, in order to actually really fully take advantage of the stroker, we're gonna have to go with a bigger intake manifold, bigger throttle body, and a header. We just haven't gotten to that point with the car yet. And there's a couple of other things that I wanted to do on the car before I got into that point, but for all intents and purposes, the engine is done, and it runs really, really well. And yes, VTEC does kick in, yo. Just not in this car, because it's not a Honda. Turn around real quick. But another thing that I wanted to talk to y'all about is the fact that, let's see if I can fit into this little gravel road to turn around, which I can. Thank you. Anywho, another thing that I wanted to talk to y'all about is the fact that the streams. So the streams, I don't know why I said the fact that. Anyway, another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is the streams. And there's multiple aspects to that, right? Stream schedule, stream, stream content, stream, involvement, all sorts of different things. So I have a couple of ideas of my own, but I would love to know your thoughts in the comments down below. That corner is bumpy as heck. But I would love to know your suggestions in the comment section down below for what you guys would like to see added to the streams. Now, I know that a lot of people have been wanting to see Off-Road Outlaws streams as of recently, and that's good. I'm really glad that there is support for Off-Road Outlaws in the streams. However, the only thing is, I want to make sure I balance that content out properly. And that's when you get into the realm of midstream game switching. And I've never really been a fan of midstream game switching. I like to dedicate every stream to a certain game, because every time I've tried to game switch midstream, it sort of seems to throw off the viewers and sort of put everybody in a little bit of a weird space, and everybody's like, whoa, what was that? That broke up the flow really bad. What are we doing? You know what I mean? What are we doing here? What's the game plan? And for lack of a better word, what's the game plan? And that's kind of something that I've always struggled with and grappled with in terms of stream content. So you guys can, again, leave your thoughts in the comment section below on what you think about midstream game switching and stuff like that. I've never really personally been a big fan of midstream game switching. I feel like if you're gonna do a stream, it should be dedicated to the game that you start the stream with. But again, I'm open to suggestions. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Now, also, different games. Now, like I said, right now, we are, yeah, third gear was definitely preferred for that. But as I said before, we're definitely hitting SnowRunner really hard right now, and I'm having a blast with it. However, I would love to know your thoughts and opinions on games that I don't currently play that you guys would like to see on the channel, whether that be in the form of streams or videos, because I love doing both. I love doing both the streams and the videos because they both provide a different level of engagement with you guys, the audience. And I love engaging with you guys, and that's one of the biggest reasons why I've been enjoying the streams so much, is because I feel like I've gotten to connect with you guys in a much better way and a much more involved way. And I've been able to involve you guys through things like the Discord and different things that we do on the streams. Like, for example, whenever somebody comes into the stream and says hi, I always let them know. I always let them know not only that I appreciate them being there, but I always say hi back, because I want you guys to know that you are involved in these streams just as much as I am. Now, I would love to know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below on how you feel about everything that we just spoke about. But without any further ado, that is where I'm going to end this little vlog. And If you have any thoughts or opinions, leave them in the comments below. If you would like to see more, hit that subscribe button. And if you're new around here, then, you know, maybe consider clicking that bell and staying up to date. But without any further ado, I will see you guys in the next one. Talk to y'all later.